Look what I just picked up today. A brand new Leviathan Siege Dreadnought from Games Workshop for the Horus Heresy, Warhammer 30k. Really excited to have these in plastic. Yeah, gonna have to really restrain myself not to go silly with them. But I thought today we could do a bit of an unboxing, get the shrink wrap off, see what the sprues are like on the inside, and then have a go at building one and seeing what options there are maybe to magnetize and yeah, what it looks like built up pose-wise. Anyway, let's head over to the table area and get going. Hello there, thanks so much for tuning in. So I'm Tim and this is Tim Walker Hobbies, a channel all about, surprise surprise, my hobbies, from the Horus Heresy and 30k through to all kinds of CCGs and card games, the old Star Wars and Lord of the Rings ones, right through to the modern day with Magic the Gathering. So as I just said, it is time to crack open this lovely box, and inside it we get 4 sprues inside, and we also get one of the big bases, and I'm not sure what size that is, 80mm quite possibly. We also get a nice little instruction manual, and we get the current Horus Heresy transfers with the fists and Sons of Horus on there. Not too much use for every Legion, unfortunately, but the Legion sheets are out when they're not temporarily unavailable, so there is that. Anyway, we get, yeah, 4 lovely sprues, and this is just the close combat weapon box. There is going to be a shooty Leviathan coming very soon. So this one just comes with your siege drills, your Phosphex dischargers, and the old claws. And you can mix and match them. You can go double claw, double siege drill, or one of each, or you can magnetize them, as I'll show you what I have done in a little bit. These are the 4 sprues we get and the instruction manual, so let's just slide them out of the way and look at the first sprue. So this is the feet and legs, and you can see that we've got 3 feet option. That's because 2 of them are flat and one of them's kind of like the claw foot pose, so you can have it a bit more animated and walking. We got the knee joints and yeah, bottom sort of shin covers, etc. The clams to go on the actual tops of the feet, and yeah, it's just a really nice sprue with everything that you need to build the legs. They go together quite nicely. What we've also got on here is the plain groin plate, and that's then followed on with this sprue where you get a choice of groin plates, so you can have a fairly regal imperial looking groin, or if you fancied it you could have the Eye of Horus on your parts. And the same goes for the chest piece as well. If I rotate it around here, then you can see that we've got one with sort of scroll work on it, we've got one with a bit of a skull and some arrows. And then, so yeah, this is sort of like the accessories and the start of the arm sprue. So we've got the big shoulders, we got the nipple guns, we've got the flamers there, we've got the Volkites there, and I'll show you about magnetizing those when we get onto the actual model. We've got the rails, which are optional for just sort of over the top of the armor. That's really cool. And we've got optional spikes or bunny ears for the head mount. Then on this sprue, this is the main body, and this is really impressive. We've got the big sweeping sort of like the side parts, we've got the bit on the top where the shoulder joints are, chimney stacks, etc. So yeah, it's a really nice sprue, and that's the plain chest piece as well, just there. Then we come onto the piece that is exclusive to this box. Well, say exclusive, this is the close combat sprue, so then we're going to get a shooty sprue like this in the alternate version of the Leviathan. You can actually buy this one separately on GW as well, so it does alleviate some of the issues that we have, but the main issue is that we've got enough claws and siege drilly bits to make 2 of each. However, we've only got 2 of these parts and like 2 of the actual wrist mounts, and that means that you can only actually build 2 out of the set. So you are going to either need 2 dreadnoughts, which seems a little bit excessive, but they are really cool kits, or you're going to need to pick up an extra one of these and then figure out if you're going to go into magnetizing, which is exactly what I've done. So let me just put this down and show you what I've built. So here we go, this is my Leviathan Dreadnought, and you can see I've gone for this sort of the Imperial look on the chest plate and the groin, and at the moment I've gone for one of each weapon here. And I've magnetised it, but not in the way that a lot of videos are showing to magnetise it. First of all, let's just show you with the nipple guns. So these just come out, and when you build it, there's actually space in there to get 2 3mm by 1mm magnets in there. And again, there is space inside here as well. You might not be able to see it because it is in a little fiddly place, and I would recommend putting those magnets in before you finish building it, but they will just now slot in and out of there, so I can easily change what weapons he's got on the torso, to use this proper name, I guess. And what I've also seen lots of people doing is magnetising up here at the elbow joint, and that's fantastic if you feel like you're going to be swapping out a close combat weapon for a shooty weapon as and when they come out. I feel that I'm always just going to have either a 2 close combat weapon or a shooty one. I'm not really going to be mixing them up. So what I've actually done is I've magnetised them at the wrist, and this takes a little bit of work, so you don't really need to drill in here, but that's a 4 or 5mm by 1mm magnet. And what I've done is, because the inside of the wrist is a little bit strange, so I've put a load of green stuff in there and the matching magnet, and now I can just pop the hand on, and the same on this side. And that one's a little bit neater actually, but yeah, just filled up this with green stuff, magnets on there and there, and now I can just swap them around if I want to. And when I build up that second one, I'll build up the other options, so I've got a second one of those and a second one of those, and then I can just mix and match between the two as and how I feel like it. But yeah, it was a really nice kit to build. Because I've magnetised it at the wrist rather than the elbow, I've been able to fully glue on the pipes, so that's that. And then yeah, it was just really nice to pose. So I'm holding it on the base because I've only blue tacked it, because I like to paint my bases separately. I've only blue tacked on the top part of the carapace as well, because I do like painting the helmet separate as white, and you can't slot it in easily, so I'm having to leave off the top part so that I can spray that, the head and the torso separately, so then I can put the head in white for my Ultramarines. So that is a look at what I've done with magnetising these things. So there, and also on the Volkites there, that you can swap in and out with the flamers. It's really great that they've left the 3mm by 1mm holes there. A little bit awkward to work around with these, but I figure I'm just going to have a close combat Leviathan, not going to worry about mixing up the guns and the claws, so just went for that. Well, there we go, that was my look through the brand new Leviathan Siege Dreadnought, the close combat weapon version. And yeah, the sprues are absolutely amazing. It goes together a lot nicer than I thought it would. I was a little bit worried when I saw 4 sprues for a Dreadnought, and yeah, a little bit concerned with how the feet go together. I haven't actually built the Contemptor from the Age of Darkness box set yet, but yeah, it was an absolute treat, and I was able to knock out this one in the course of pretty much a day, to be honest, and I could probably go a lot faster if I put my mind to it, but I was, you know how it is, watching a bit of YouTube, eating, just doing some work on it, and then figuring out how to magnetise the wrists and stuff, so that was a bit of an adventure to work out. But yeah, it all works out nicely. It's a beautiful kit, and yeah, can't wait to get it sprayed up in blue and white of the Ultramarines, and start using them on the battlefield. At some point I should really do sort of like an army overview and show you what I've got in my collection. Some of it is really old, from like the way back when the Heresy started, sort of book 1. I remember going to a games day or open day and grabbing Angron and book 1, and yeah, that sort of really ignited my passion for the Heresy. Anyway, I am rambling now, so I'm going to leave you with A grade for the Leviathan. Pick one up if you're into Heresy, or if you want to be super mean in 40k. I heard they're basically dicks in 40k. So yeah, go for it. All that's left to say is thank you very much for watching. Please tap the subscribe button if you're not already to the channel. Give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you very soon on the next one for more hobby goodness. Cheers!